All right, what I want to talk about right now is high school conditioning for football. Actually, you can do this sled pulling for any sport, not necessarily just for football. But this is my son Josh. All these kids will tell you that last year when they pulled the sled all summer long, when they went to summer camp, their football summer camp for 2 days, 3 days, that when they were doing their sprints and all their conditioning, that they were able to get through their conditioning much better and recover after each set of wind sprints by doing all this sled work that they're actually getting ready to start to do for this upcoming football season. So that sled weighs 65 pounds. That block on the sled is 100 pounds. So my son's going to be pulling 165 pounds. So what he's going to do is he's going to pull out the driveway 200 feet up. He's going to rest a minute, and then he's going to come back, and the whole while he's going to be carrying that football. Now, what does that translate to? That when you're constantly pulling this heavy weight and training with the bands the way that we do, always training against the resistance of the bands, always pulling this heavy sled, that when you get out onto the field and you're not pulling that sled or you're not training against those bands, it makes your body much quicker, not necessarily much faster, but much quicker to get from one spot to the other. You're not pulling that weight anymore, and your body's been accustomed to that. And not only is the conditioning, when you're able, after a hard play, you're able to get up, get back to the huddle, and recover much quicker between your plays. And all these kids that train here will tell you that they were able to get through summer camp a whole lot easier than all the other kids, and they were able to be more effective, especially in the fourth quarter of football games. So I'm going to videotape Josh doing one trip. So what we do is he'll go up 200 feet, rest a minute, and then come back, and then I'm going to pull. Now, as a 45-year-old, I pull the sled as well. One for my heart, keeps your heart in shape, keeps your cholesterol down, helps to keep your body weight. I do it for, health reasons. And also, it helps you when you're doing these sets to failure with the weightlifting, like these sets of 10, when you get your conditioning up, you're able to, Louie, get out of here. You're able to get through your sets much better and go, when you're in shape, when your aerobics are in shape, you can then train to muscular failure. Most people, when they're doing a set of 10 to failure, they have to stop because they run out of air, not because their muscles have gotten tired. You want to be able to get that last 1 or 2 reps and go to muscular failure, and the best way to do that is by being in shape aerobically. All right, Josh, go ahead and do your first pull. Now he's going up the driveway. That makes 200 feet. How did I get 200 feet? That was just, something I got from Louis Simmons and Westside Barbell when they started doing all their sled pulling. That's where I learned this from. Let me try and get him on there. Now he's going to rest a minute or so and then get his air, and then he's going to come back. Another 200 feet. Now my son Josh, now he's gone through a growth spurt, so he's about 5'9", 5'10" now, about 155 pounds. When he ended football season this past November, he was about 130 pounds. So, this MHP weight gainer that we got him on, and all this lifting, he's been able to put on good healthy muscle. So this sled work helps to keep his quickness, especially he's in baseball right now, so this will help him with his baseball, running the bases and all that other stuff. All right, breathing a little heavy. I just got done doing a trip. Now Josh is going to do a second trip. Now we added a 35-pound plate on there. It's 200 pounds of weight, including the sled, for a second trip. Now we'll do 2 trips, and then maybe 3 times a week. And it really helps with your conditioning and getting ready for football camp. Go ahead. I see a lot of some of these coaches, high schools, they have kids pulling with little parachutes, or pulling on the grass with a little bit of weight. That you're wasting your time. you really want to load that weight up, get the body accustomed to pulling that weight, and especially you can see him resting. You really want to get that heart going after 200 feet. You want to maintain your quickness, enough weight that you can run, but you want to get that heart pounding, really get your air moving, and it really helps with your conditioning. We're not marathon runners. You don't need to be out running 3 to 5 miles. That just leans you out and affects your strength. I call this power conditioning. Running with the heavier weight, short bursts. The amount of time it takes him to run that 200 feet and rest is similar to, the length of a play on a football field, or, running bases, in baseball or what have you. So here he comes back for a second, the end of his second trip, and then that'll be it for today. Now again, he squatted yesterday, so we're doing our conditioning the day after. So you don't want to necessarily, pull the sled the day before you're going to do a heavy squat workout. All right, good. All right, that's it for conditioning.